TikTok kills an Egyptian child, the gallows challenge. How do you protect your children? On Monday, Al Madariya prosecution heard the mother of the suicidal child in his hanging room because of the hanging challenge game on the Tuk Tuk app. The beginning was that the police officers of the Al Madariya Police Department received a signal from the rescue operations room stating that the dead body of a child had been found hanged inside his house on Mohammed Hassan al-Shah Street in the department's circle. The morgue of the hospital is at the disposal of the public prosecution. His mother said before the prosecution that her son was an academic superior and was characterized by calmness and morals, and he was like the rest of the children of his age applying games on his own phone, but she was surprised after his death and was not aware of his downloading the game challenged hanging on the program TikTok, calling for a contest for those who stay longer on the gallows and played the game in defiance, and the children are the victims of these games. And his mother added, as she reported, The News of Egypt, that in the recent period he began to change his character, and he seemed isolated and introverted in his room, but from time to time he came to her and said, "I am dead, Mama hanged," but she was angry and punished and said to him, "Shame. Muhammad, what you say?" And she did not know about this game whose son fell victim, and she said that on the day she was performing the evening prayer, after she finished, she went to check on her son, but she was surprised by him hanging on a rope in the ceiling of the room and hanged. The most prominent information on the hanging challenge is published by Al Duster. Some young men hang themselves through a rope. Young people hold their breath for 2 minutes, to see how long they can withstand. This game leads to several severe physical and psychological damage, especially for children and young adults. May cause damage and bruises around the neck, affect brain cells and then lose consciousness. May lead to memory loss or death. The dangers of these applications. Hussein Abdelmajid, the father of the victim, Mohammed, stressed the damage of the applications that children are currently using, and who are victims of it. The victim's father confirmed in statements to the Cairo Now program on Al Arabiya satellite channel, the event, "My son used to game through the application TikTok, calling for a contest for those who stayed longer on the gallows and practiced the game in defiance, but he died." The father added, "Although my late son is a brilliant, sane child and his mind is older than his age, but he has fallen victim to these frightening strange games. I want the internet researcher to take his rights. The state must preserve the next generation of technology risks." The father continued, "The family did not know about the game until after his death and the prosecution searched for the tablet device. I am separated from his mother and my son does not live with me," and he was waving words to his mother that he would die hanged, but shed him. The father concluded, the mother did not know the game and on the night of the incident she was performing the evening prayer, and when it was over she went to check on him and was surprised that he was lying on the ground and left life and the rope around his neck, and I demand the blocking of TikTok and dangerous games and the trial of someone who published them in Egypt. How to protect your child from the dangers of the internet. Radway El-Fiki, a psychiatrist, says the family should follow up on their children regularly, and know what they are seeing continuously. Radway added in a statement to the newspaper Masrai, if the child shows any symptoms of mental disorder, the matter must immediately be taken care of to treat it, and the father and mother must discuss it, knowing what is always on his mind and what he thinks. The psychiatrist continued, we should not let the child watch a movie that includes scenes that contain violence or use dangerous tools, such as a knife, and then let him play with them, without directing him to the correct behavior. And she continued, it is necessary to know what the child watches, and the content that is presented to him and accepted by him, and it is not necessary to watch the movie alone, except after the family undertakes it and makes sure that it is free of any things that harm the child. And she concluded, my son or daughter should not be disposed of by giving them a mobile phone or an iPad, but rather they should know what they are seeing permanently, and is it beneficial or not.